Welcome back, everybody, to
Cooking with Portlock.
Well, howdy, everybody, and welcome to my kitchen. On today's episode, I'll teach you how to cook the perfect cod, cook the perfect bass, and even with a little bit of prep, the perfect marlin. Well, yeah, being a fishmonger is the best decision I ever done made. I mean, it earned me generational wealth, didn't it? Hold on a second. My favorite customer's coming by. Crab. 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 Welcome aboard to Portlock. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Portlock episode 13. Hope you enjoyed that intro. A lot of effort went into that. It was a ton of fun to work on, and I'm really proud of how it turned out. Of course, I'm also saying this well ahead of when I actually created it, so I am making a lot of assumptions there.
Though, to be fair, it was accurate.
Anyways, we are picking up where we left off last episode. We will be finishing our chunks this episode, and we will be rolling new ones. The only things we have left are about 70 hours of cooking, and about 50 hours of salvaging. The 70 hours of cooking is to get to 94 cooking. We are currently at 88, so we want to get to 94 to be able to cook the raw marlin. And the 50 hours of salvaging is for an additional 10 steel bars, so that we can make the last couple of best in slot items that we need, as well as to make an additional steel cannon on our sloop. I believe that's everything. So, probably going to more or less just zoom through that, and we'll see you in a little bit. So, we have gotten 3 more steel bars, which means we can make our next piece of best in slot gear. So with these 3, we'll be making a steel chain body, which will be our best in slot ranged gear, I believe. Actually, I'm not entirely sure what. Yeah. Steel chain body is our best in slot ranged body piece. So, steel chain body. So that is our second to last best in slot gear. So we still have to make a steel medium helm, which requires 1 more steel bar. And then we will have all of our best in slot gear finished. And then we need a additional 8 steel bars after that to make a steel cannon. But we are 6 into the 15 steel bars that we need. We've done about 7,500 salvages. Steel bar has a drop rate of 1 in 1,721. And so we are actually quite a bit above drop rate on that. We have gotten lucky so far. Let's hope this keeps up and we can finish this steel grind sooner than expected. 86 sailing. Build a dragon salvaging hook with 78 construction and a bunch of dragon stuff and rosewood stuff, and gonna be a little while before we do that. That will also, more likely than not, be our last sailing level. If it's not our last sailing level, that'll be a little concerning. Well, actually, 374,000. Actually, I mean, it will be our last sailing level, but that's only 24,000 small salvage. Which, I mean, we need to do, we're currently at almost 9,000, so we do need to do 15,000 more salvage. So it's not ridiculous. if we go extraordinarily dry, I suppose it's possible we would get to 87 sailing. But I highly, highly doubt it. Okay. So, I was going to record, and I got a lamp. And this lamp is Slayer. That is not what I was initially going to record about. That is not why I was coming over here in the first place. You see, on our last trip of small salvage, we got... Oh, accidentally. We got a full 2 steel bars from a single trip, which is kind of crazy. We're at right around 8,988 small salvage, which puts us at like 4,000 to 5,000 salvage ahead of where we should be. As far as steel bars are concerned, we've gotten 8 steel bars from that. But I was just looking for this one last steel bar so that we could finish up our best in slot gear. Because this was the last thing we were waiting for. Of course, we still need 7 more steel bars. Oh my god, we only need 7 more steel bars. We are more than halfway to completing the steel bar mission. Wow. But yes, steel medium helm. Let me just double check this. Yes, ranged best in slot head. A steel medium helm. Bam. And, you know what? Just because I can, we'll do that. This is the last best in slot item that we needed. So let's just grab everything, all of our best in slot out of the bank. Okay. Now this isn't all of our best in slot gear, but this is all of the best in slot gear we've gotten in this chunk. Got the Addy plate body, steel medium helm, blue D-hide band braces, U short bow, steel chain body, U shield. Oh yeah, we can't wield both of those at the same time. Steel kite shield. Randomly a bronze longsword. I still find that to be an interesting one. That's a best in slot. It's a best in slot for crush tank and slash tank. It's a best in slot tank weapon for crush and slash. Interesting. But that is all of our best in slot gear that we need. I have just been wearing the blue D-hide band braces the entire time. But yeah, that is all of our best in slot gear complete for these chunks. Now, all we need is 7 more steel bars to make a steel cannon and 6 more cooking levels. But that feels good to have all of those things knocked out. This is all of the gear that we have at the moment. I mean, this iron mithril gear, we'll keep. It's just never going to come in handy. And so, with that, let's just get back to it. Finish off the last 3 steel bars, finish off all of our cooking, and I will see you, there's going to be approximately somewhere around 7 clips before we finish this, before we finish these chunks. One for when we finally get 1 for when we get enough steel to make the cannon, a further 6 for the cooking levels, and I'm not particularly expecting anything else in between there. So that's fun. That's also a very weird way to measure time in clips. Huh. Anyways, I'll see you in the next clip. I missed it. I just hit 50 Hunter. Also, they just released a new, skill guide thing. So now it's blinking. Let's see. Hectic Imblings, Horn of Plenty, Sunlight Hunter's crossbow with 66 ranged. Cool. Ooh, stale baguette chance? No. 89 cooking. Only 5 levels to go. 3.1 million experience left. Oh, and to get from 89 to 90 is 503,000 experience. This will be our first level that is over 500,000 experience. We got another mystery box. What could be in it? Oh. An easy clue step. Search the drawers upstairs in powder or shield shop. Dropping that. Still looking for the easy clue that's there. Anyways, back to it. Alright, level 90 cooking. Do we really not get anything for 90? Oh no. Dark crabs and some Chambers of Zarek stuff. But alright, 90 cooking. 4 levels left to go. 556,000 XP to 91. 2.6 million XP to 94. Ooh, it is a long way between each of these levels. But yeah, also, since we're going to the bank anyways, we've been getting real lucky on steel. We have 6 steel bars. And we only need 2 more. We've done 13,500 salvage and gotten 13 steel bars from that. Which is like closer to a 1 in 1,000 drop rather than a 1 in 1,700 drop. And so assuming we get that lucky for the next 2 steel bars, we'll end up, I think we'll end up saving like 30 hours of salvaging from that. Which considering we went dry on the Marlin, kind of makes up for that a bit, at least. So real happy with the steel progress. Actually, I just kept cooking there. I meant to start going out to try to get the last 2 steel bars. A lamp. Which means level 4 Slayer. 35 Prayer. Oh, total level of 875. Let's see. 2 more levels until we get Protect from Magic. Nice. Oh, we got the last steel bar that we need. That is around about 16,687 salvages. That is still crazy. So, according to the wiki, the steel bar is a 1 in 1,721 drop rate. We should have expected about 25,815 to go on rate. And then we were about 16,700. We saved just over 9,000 salvage, which equates to about 104 trips. At about 15 minutes a trip, that's 26 hours of salvaging that we don't have to do, which feels really good. Anyways, let's make that steel cannon. Okay, let's see. We got the eight steel bars. We need four teak planks and 16 steel nails. Oh, and a sawn hammer, of course. Lunar clam. Let's see. Modify the iron cannon. Replace it with a steel cannon.
Is that a mouse? What? Where?
Oh yeah, they added facility bottles, I think. I mean, not really worth it for an iron cannon. But, that guy, I think he sells facility bottles now. Yeah, they're like 75,000 coins. Which, not cheap. You can also get them from some of the salvages. Not any of the ones I have access to. But yeah, steel cannon, build. And that is the final upgrade that we need to do in these chunks on our ship. Awesome. That is the second to last task complete. Now we just need to make it to 94 cooking. $91 cooking. Alright. It just doesn't show what I can do anymore in that pop-up. But I can now officially cook marlins. And if I had a couple of them, I absolutely would. But I only have one of them. So I'm going to continue to go for 94 cooking. We have 614,000 XP to 92. We are currently at... we have just about 2 million XP to go. Until 94. We are almost at 6 million XP total. Nice. I guess, I will keep at... We also now have under 1 million coins now. We have actually less than 900,000 too. We have 891,000 coins left. Which again should be plenty enough to get us to 94. We should still have a couple 100,000 left over afterwards. But yeah, only 3 levels left. Got a lamp. And 5 Slayer. Crawling Hands. That is our first unlocked Slayer monster. Of course, it'll be, a while before we get there. I think Mortania. That's the Slayer Tower way up here is the only place I know that Crawling Hands are. That is 92 cooking. That is halfway to 99, which we are not going to. We're only going to 94, so we only need 2 more levels. 92 get us anything? Let's just cook Moonlight Antelope. I think that's the second to last thing we can cook. Yeah, at 95 we can cook a summer pie. And I guess at 96 we get extra scales from sacred eels. But summer pie is really the last thing we can cook. And then of course at 99 we also get the cooking cake. $92 cooking. 678,000 cooking experience remaining. till 93. Let's see, and 1.4 million total. We are so close, yet so far. Well, let's see if we can get these last 2 levels here. Alright, got another lamp. Which means level 6 Slayer. Nice. Only 45 more levels to go. Alright, 93 cooking. Oof. 1 level left, 750,000 XP to go. That is awesome. We're at 7.2 million. We'll be at almost 8 million by the time we get to 94. So we're at 575,000 gold. I'm expecting to use about another 175,000 gold, give or take. So by the time we finish this, we should be at about 300,000 gold. We'll see exactly where we end up at that point. But, yeah. 1 level left. And I am going to stop. Well, so. There's also something we can do. Because this is the last level before we'll be finished. We have all of these sharks. Now, we still have like a 15% chance to burn these. So we're still going to be burning a number of them. But we have these sharks. This is our last level before we're done cooking. So we might as well start cooking these guys now. Yeah, this will be definitely a boost until we get through like the 600 sharks. This will definitely be a boost in our XP an hour. Of course, it'll only be, I think it was like a little over 100,000, so 1/7 of the way to 94. Which really isn't too bad, actually. But, yeah. So I'm gonna cook most of the sharks. I'm gonna leave like 100 or so to cook. Because I plan on streaming, because I plan on doing the chunk rolling stream, I am going to actually get 94 on the stream, and then cook the marlin on the stream. And then we'll go straight into chunk rolling from there. So I am going to keep a number of sharks, get almost to 94, and then we'll hop on and actually stream the last of it. And if all goes well, should be fun. Okay, I have done all the sharks that I am going to do for the time being. We have 478 sharks. How many did we start with? We had 36. So we successfully cooked 442 and burnt 62. Which, I guess, is not bad. Probably expected. But we have 500 sharks, which is really nice, and we'll have more once we finish cooking these. But I am going to go back to spending all my money to buy fish. And then we did get nearly 100,000. Well, I guess 90,000 cooking experience from the sharks. Which was we were getting like 250,000 XP an hour using the sharks versus the 65 to 75 we've been getting with the fish. So that was nice to get that much XP that quickly. We do, of course, still have 650,000 XP left. And I'll probably stop around about 20,094 so that we can use the rest of the sharks to get us that last little bit. Okay. We've mostly done it. We have 20,097 experience left until 94 cooking. We have basically done it. We have 119 sharks left, which, with burning around about 15% of them, should give me somewhere around 21,000 experience. After this clip, we'll be hopping over into a chunk rolling stream, where we will cook up 100 or so sharks to finish off 94. We'll cook the marlin, and then we will be done with these chunks. And we'll be rolling some new ones pretty soon here. We do have 420,000 coins left. More than I expected, though. I mean, a chunk of the XP, like a seventh of the XP, came from cooking 400 some sharks. We also, of course, collected well more than we needed in the first place. And then also, on top of that, let's see, from the small salvage, we made like an additional 100,000 coins. From the fletching grind, we made like an additional 150,000 coins. Without that, we would have ended at about 170,000 coins, which is more or less what I was targeting. So really nice that we have the 420,000 coins. We have 30,000 bass and 37,000 cod. What did we... I'm gonna have to find a clip to see what we actually started at.
A few minutes later.
Oh gosh, okay. I found a clip. So, the inventory I'm looking at, we started with 36 sharks, 0 swordfish, 4,725 bass, no crabs, and 11,360 cod. Also 5,140 herring and 4,837 sardines. So in other words, by the time we're done with the sharks, we'll have cooked nearly 58,600 fish. To go from level 80 cooking to level 94 cooking. That is crazy. That also took us a long time. I have no idea how long that took us. But goddamn, that's a lot of fish. Let's see, we have been at this for quite a while. It's been over 70 days since our last chunk roll. We have, I think, 41 days, 23 hours. It has taken us 1,007 hours to get here. Yeah, I mean, I guess the only thing left to do at this point is jump into the stream. See what our next chunks will be. I lied. One last lamp for the road. So I was already over on the random event, so I decided to just stand around a while so that I could maybe get another lamp, and I did. Slayer. 7 Slayer. You have unlocked cave bugs. I think that's the only thing. Cool. Now we're gonna pop over to the chunk rolling stream. I say we're gonna pop over to the chunk rolling stream, but it's actually like 2 days from now. It's too late tonight to do it. And so I could do it tomorrow. But I'm busy tomorrow. And so instead I'm doing it the day after tomorrow. So... yeah. There we go. 94 cooking. That is not the level for a Marlin. Marlin is 91 cooking. I wanted to go to 94 cooking though because Marlin has an abysmal cooking rate at 91. And so the last thing we need to do is actually cook this Marlin. Now because of... if I end up burning this, I'm still going to roll chunks. It won't prevent me from rolling chunks. I will make actually cooking the Marlin a passive grind though. Because this has a very low drop rate from the Barracuda salvage, which has been the reason we've been in these chunks for 2 months. I really hope we cook it though. Let's see. Spin for luck. Hope that does something. And 3, 2, 1. Oh, we did it. Okay. Oh. That is fantastic. That the extra however many hours worth the grind to have a properly cooked Marlin. Oh my god, that is a huge weight off my shoulders. I've been so nervous about that for so long now. Never have to worry about a Marlin again. Well, the only other cooking thing we need to worry about is, I think, like a garden pie, which is, I think, at 95, which is only a single level away, so we'd never really have to... It'll be a while before we have to worry about cooking again. So we can, well, before I hop into actually rolling chunks, I did just want to do a brief overview of what these chunks, where we've gotten with these chunks. These, some of the previous levels here from our last big set of chunks, which was, the bull shark grind. And just to compare some of these, got a couple of combat levels here and there. We got a huge chunk of hunter levels, since we did unlock the crab traps. Some smithing levels, a couple of fishing levels. Big ones were the 14 cooking levels, and what is this, 18 sailing levels. Went from 734, total level of 734 to 883, which is awesome. We also have this stuff from 5.5 million experience to, well, 16.5 million experience. Got a couple more collection logs. And playtime went from 15 days and 1 hour, which is 361 hours, all the way up to 42 days and almost an hour now. Which I think we passed. Yeah, that's 109 hours. Sorry, 1,009 hours. So we spent 650 hours, give or take, in these chunks. Not a small amount of time. Not the worst grinds I've seen on one chunk accounts though. But for the big reveal, we got our chunk map here. Let's see. Let's make sure we can check all these off. Obtain a raw marlin. Did that. Did all of these. The charting. Obtain a bronze longsword. U-shield. Steel medium helm. Steel chain body. Steel kite shield. Smith the steel kite shield. Fletch a U-shield. Wield a U-shield. Build a steel cannon. And the last thing that we just completed here was to cook a marlin. We have no tasks remaining in these chunks anymore.
It's done. It's finally done.
So, yes, this is what our chunk map is currently looking like. We have chunk number 2 here, which would be a large grind, though that would also give us a lot of stuff. Particularly a magic store, so that we can actually start training magic. I think there's also a jobless gym in the pub. But then, yes, it would give us access to the Asgardian Ice Dungeon, which has a whole lot of monsters in it, including the Royal Titan bosses. I'm not going for pets, so I'm hoping that won't be a tremendously awful grind. Because I know they have like a 1 in 3,000 pet, I think. So if I don't have to go for that, I think the prayer scrolls or the twin flame staff would be the worst grind. And then we also have a bunch of other monsters in there that we would have to worry about. Going up through 2 does put us right next to these chunks. It gives us a loom and a spinning wheel, which would be useful for ship upgrades. Chunk 6 also has swamp tar, which would be great so that we can actually build holes on our boat. But we would need to go through quite a few chunks to get there. Yeah, we have the Kramja volcano that's pretty close, and the Temperos chunk here, which I'll try to get on the dock if we roll this chunk. I don't think we're capable of doing so because we don't have the upgraded mast and sails though. I'll definitely give it a try because if we can get there, that unlocks Temperos, that unlocks, I think, mining. There's a pickaxe up here. Also unlocks another crew member that has, I think, like a level 90 sailing requirement. So that would be a lot of unlocks if we can get there. Otherwise, going out into the ocean more, I think could be cool. I have no idea what's down here though. But we're not too far away from Dognose Island and this one. That would also start going towards the Great Conch, which is definitely a big goal of this account. But that's what we need. That's what we need the 51 Slayer for. Without further ado, I guess, let's roll our first chunks in 74 days. Oh. Huh. Okay. Yeah, it looks like at least the chunk picker doesn't think we can actually get there. But, we do, I guess, have a sea charting thing? I guess let's take a look. I am going to grab a bunch of repair kits, because that is in the stormy area. Let's actually stop here. That is chunk 12588. Unlocked. Oh, it's that thing. That's the charting activity. I don't know if we can do that. No. Okay. Let's see. So, I don't think... No. Yeah, it won't let me... I mean, even if I get all the way in, I don't think it'll let me... I can't really maneuver here at all. Yeah. That's what I expected. That would have been a really cool chunk to be able to get. Unfortunately, can't access it. But yeah, chunk map does not change at all from that. So, on to the next one. Oh. That is an interesting one that we can't really do anything in. I actually think we already got this. Oh wait, no, that's the... We can't do that one. Okay. Let's check this one out. This is chunk 12849. Unlocked. And we've already been over here once or twice, because we had the chunk to the south of it unlocked before. So I don't expect this to... I mean, I don't really think this will be anything. We have mine over here that we can't access. Is there anything up here? No, I think this is pretty much as far as we can go. Yeah. Okay. Small fishing net there. I don't think we would be able to telegrab it. I don't think you can do that from a boat onto land. This does pose an interesting issue in the future. If we get a way to train agility, there's an agility shortcut here. And so if we connect to here, we get all of these chunks unlocked. I don't believe that includes Temperos, though. But we would be able to access all of this land, including the Kelphite layer, which would certainly be a grind. Oh no, actually, I think it stops here. I don't think we can get past this thing. But anyways, on to the next chunk roll. Nothing particular there. So... Oh, fun. We have entirely unlocked Tutorial Island. I feel like we may be the first... I feel like this may be the first chunk account to officially do that.
That's something, but...
That is 1, 2, 3, 3, 6 unlocked. That gives us a small amount of water here. And I know that there is nothing in there. So instead of going all the way around, I'm just gonna roll another chunk. None of the... Oh, actually, I did miss this. That, having unlocked this chunk, does put that chunk on the map as rollable. And this, I think there's like a crate or something in this chunk. Not that we can access that yet. But the Tutorial Island chunk definitely doesn't add anything to our map. So this is, what, chunk roll number 3? 1, 2, no, 4. What is that chunk? Oh. That... I mean, doesn't look like there are any tasks there. That does unlock these 3 chunks now. Now to sail all the way back to where we just were. Okay, here we are. Let's see. 1230. Or no, 12330. Unlocked. And let's try to avoid the hammerhead sharks. So this chunk, that would have a charting spot for us. It doesn't look like there's any specifically in this chunk. Let's see, is there anything I can see out here? Hammerhead sharks are out here, of course. I need to be... Well, there are a lot of them. There are definitely a lot of them. I don't know if there's anything out over there either. That is Dognose Island, though. Which I know does have a couple of things on it. So that would definitely be cool to get to. Anything good? No. Rune Dagger. Not bad. But yeah. I don't know. Didn't look like there's really anything here. I didn't want to go through the bull sharks to get a good view over here. And doesn't really look like there's much of anything over here besides a charting area. So, chunk roll 5. Oh. That is... Well, I mean, that's a potentially useful chunk. There's a Barracuda salvage in there. That was a chunk I was initially scared of for the 91 cooking grind. And then we rolled this chunk. Let's go check that out. Oh, actually, we also want that chunk for... And we don't have access to the Barracuda salvage. Or not the Barracuda salvage, the Barracuda trial, because we don't have the mast upgrade. But that is one of the chunks. We need all the chunks in the Stormy area, I believe, for that. So getting all of those unlocked would be nice for when we do eventually get that sail upgrade. There we are. Chunk 11821. Unlocked. There's a weather charting spot, which we can't do. That is both in the Stormy area, and I don't think we can... Actually, I guess I don't really know what weather charting is. But yes, this Barracuda shipwreck. We do have access to this if we ever need to. That will be a lot easier to get to than down here. So if we ever need teak planks or something from Barracuda shipwrecks, we have this one we can go to now. And I don't believe there's really much more we can do here. Another chunk roll. 6. Number 6. I was worried that was going to happen. Now we need to go all the way back down there. And we do actually have a chunk task there. We have the charting location. That unlocks this chunk, I guess. Let's go. But we do have 12586. That is unlocked. This one, I don't think you can actually... This is the, like, Menefos or something area? Yeah. You can't actually get to any of these by land, as far as I'm aware, at least. Because you can only get here. I think at some point there's a plan to... expand this, but at the moment I don't think you can. So, let's see. We're on the shiny thing. This is... Pyramid. Cool. Menophyte Sea, 2 of 5. Arden Ocean, 16 of 69. Use your spyglass to get a good view of the pyramid in Menaphos from the west. Okay. That was our one chunk task in that chunk. So on to chunk roll 7. Are we gonna get something interesting this time? South Draenor. Okay. That is an interesting one. And there are chunk tasks there. So we do have to once again sail to the opposite side of our chunks. Okay, here we are. So 1, 2, 3, 3, 8. It's unlocked for us. And we have apparently a couple of charting tasks here. Which... Okay, there's one here. Is there one... There's Draenor Village. I think we need to chart that. 4 or 5 in Bay of Sarim. Treacherous rock formation near Draenor. Back to the chunk picker. Yeah, we have 2 different tasks here. Okay, that's the treacherous rock. And this one? Oh. Oh. That's that one over there that I actually got. I got that a while ago. Yeah, that's that. I'm pretty sure I got that from when I unlocked the Wizard's Tower chunk. Yeah. Wreck of Grandiose Name. Okay. So we've done both of those. So can also check that one off my list. And that does not add anything to the chunk map. Neither of these 2 chunks would be accessible. Okay, this has got to end at some point here. This is chunk roll number 8. Okay. That unlocks the start to the Barracuda trial. See charting bonus charts. Don't exactly know what that is. I don't think we can do anything in there. I tried charting something before in the stormy areas. Oh, cool, another lost crate. Our luck with these continues. Oh, nice, Lawrence. Okay, so 12077. Officially unlocked that chunk. And this is the start of the Barracuda trial, which we can't do. And even if we could start it, we don't have all the chunks unlocked for it. can I talk to this guy from... Yeah, this guy won't even talk to me. There is, right over here, a big... Oh no, right over here, not a big. Right over here is a charting location, which I don't believe we can do, but we'll still give it a try. Yeah, it's not safe to chart in hazardous waters. Okay. Does not surprise me. The other one, I did figure it out, was, that's the weather charting thing over there. It's now, so it's now reading that we can actually get over here, because we have this chunk unlocked. And so this extra bonus charting thing is, document the local weather, which is also in the stormy area, so we're not going to be able to do that either. So we need to backlog all of these, unfortunately. But that is chunk roll number 9 now. We have unlocked 30 chunks. That was our 30th chunk. So, what does this one have for us? Okay. Does not look like there are any chunk tasks there. That is an interesting one, though. I do think that unlocks these 2 chunks, though. And so let's go double check that there's nothing down there for us. I am going to grab a couple of extra teak repair kits, though. Oh, there are broken docks over here. Now there's a sealed crate over there, can't do anything with it, but eventually we'll be able to, hopefully. So let's see. 12585 is unlocked. Let's see what's down here. So we do have a current thing when we get that unlocked. Oh wow, there really is just nothing here. So if we go back to here then, yeah, that unlocks these 2 chunks now. And is this number 10? I think this is chunk roll number 10. Let's see, what do we have this time? Oh, good. Don't need to... Oh, God.
Wasn't expecting that!
What did we just roll? That is a terrifying chunk list. An eagle ray. Okay. Huh. That is, that's a lot. These are the guys that dropped the ray barbs. Okay. Looks like we got a new chunk here. That we actually have stuff to do. That is 1254584. 12584. Unlocked. This might be... Oh, yep, there they are. I was just slightly out of view of them. The eagle ray. They're only 43? And they drop a whole lot of stuff. Let's see. Yeah. That is... I mean, hopefully I can safe spot these guys. I think they can do damage to me. They're presumably aggressive. I don't have any cannonballs on me. Oh, are they not aggressive? Oh, hey. New music tracks. Cool. Okay. Huh. Yeah, they are not aggressive from the looks of it. Oh, hey. I did not even register. That's the Great Conch. Yeah. This is going to be a little bit of a grind. We have a whole list of things to get. So I have the rule on where I have to get all drops from a monster. And so we have quite a few different drops we need to get. The worst one probably being the Torstal Seed at a 1 in nearly 2,000 drop rate. So I guess for the time being, we will be, killing Eagle Rays for probably quite a while. Yeah, the Torstal Seed, I guess Dwarf Weed Seed is also 1 in 1,000. So those two seeds are going to be a bit annoying. So, fun, I guess? I do want to actually try killing some of these guys. I did not think to bring any cannonballs with me, though.
A few minutes later.
Okay, let's see. Let's see how bad these guys are gonna be. Presumably these guys, I think these guys can hurt me. I don't think a lot. Let's try it. Strawberry Seed. That is one of the many seeds. Yeah, they're doing a small amount of damage. Really not much. Oh, it's also multi here. So I think I could put Ada on the cannon and attack 2 at a time. May need to experiment with that. But yeah, this doesn't, so far, at least. I don't think this will be... Ooh, awesome. Noted Dwarf Weed. But yeah, so far I don't think this will be too awful of a grind. Might be a little annoying if we end up going dry on like the Torstal Seed or something. But apart from that, this should be a relatively easy and relaxing grind, it looks like. Just the constant trips from here to the Pandemonium will be a little annoying. Raybarb. That was our 10th kill. And we got the Raybarb. That was our, I think, the one collection slot item we need. That is used in trawling nets. The cotton and hemp trawling nets. Need Raybarbs. Oh wow, and that's a 1 in 41.2 drop. And we got it from kill number 10. Yeah, these guys have definitely been dealing damage to me, but not much. It honestly feels like less damage than the turns did. But yeah. Well, gotten a number of things so far. Nothing crazy though. Well, I guess the Raybarb's a little crazy. Nothing too bad though. So these guys don't do much damage to me, but I thought I'd mess around with the rocks to see if I could find a safe spot. Just to not have to worry about going through all our repair kits, because we already have to worry about that going through the stormy area. And I did find one, I think. This does only look like there's this one manta ray that's in range. I don't think any of these other ones would be. And yeah, presumably, yep, we can harvest from here as well. Yeah, that one can hit them when they spawn, and then they just go right over here. Okay, we made it back from our first trip with the Eagle Rays. We've gotten quite a bit of loot. We ended up killing 37 of them. And that was enough to fill up our inventory. So, we got Marintil seeds, strawberry seeds, Terramin seeds, seaweed, grimy dwarf weed, you know what? Let's open this up. So, first of all, we got Raybarbs. We got an Avanto seed. So we did get the grimy dwarf weed. We did get grimy guarm. Grimy harlander. We did get grimy guarm. We got grimy ranar. Grimy Terramin. Jangerberry seeds. Yes, we got one of those. We got Limport seeds, Marintil seeds. We got 4 Marintil seeds. So yes. Potato cactus, we did get those. Ray barbs, yes. We got 4 strawberry seeds. We got 3 tarramin seeds. Watermelon, we did get a watermelon seed. And kill an eagle ray, yes. So that knocked quite a few things off our list. Still have quite a few more things to knock off our list. But that is, I think, probably going to do it for this episode. Had a number of people come to the chunk rolling stream, which was really cool to see. If you were there, thanks so much for being there. I do plan on, like, pretty much every time I do a chunk roll going forward, I'll probably put a stream out there for it. Not currently planning on just streaming my regular stuff. Like, as I'm killing these, as I'm killing the eagle rays and whatnot. I don't really plan on doing that, but if that's something people are interested in, let me know. I can certainly do that. Probably not a ton, but once or twice a week. Definitely doable. Otherwise, I don't particularly expect this grind to take a tremendous amount of time, because we can kill the eagle rays pretty easily, and that's all we need to do. So I'm anticipating another chunk rolling stream relatively soon here. So keep an eye out for that. If you don't want to miss those, be sure to hit the subscribe button. And thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you next time.